At long last, Klopp finally gets his hand on the Carabao Cup. In the last 2 seasons, he's been knocked out at the group stages, but this time he was lucky enough, or should I say hardworking enough, but more of lucky enough because of Kepa missing the penalty. He was able to get his hands on the Carabao Cup after a long time. Although the statistics show that Liverpool are the ones who have the most Carabao Cups, followed by Man City. Chelsea have not won a Carabao Cup since 2005 during Drogba and Joe Cole's time. This was a very nail-biting game. It's very hard to say which team was better because they both pressed very well. They both had beautiful counter-attacks. They both played their shapes very well. Chelsea came with a 3-4-3 formation. He left out Lukaku, he left out Timo Werner, he left out Ziyech. All the slow players, apart from Timo Werner, is fast. But the slow players like Malang Sarr, like Hassan Adoy, he left all of them out. He didn't put them in the team. He put a very fast front lineup. He put Christensen, Pulisic on the left wing, Mason Mount on the right wing, Kai Havertz. Most of these players can run at almost 30-40 kilometers an hour, so they were just put there for the counter attacks. And on the midfield, he came with Kante and Kovacic. They were playing more of a defensive kind. And the wing backs were playing more of an attacking. And the centre backs were playing more of whenever Thiago Silva had the ball or Rudiger had the ball, they would do overhead crosses. They would, because they knew Liverpool had a very tight defense and midfield, they would shoot the ball over the Liverpool wall, and Kai Havertz or Mason Mount would take the ball and sneak it down the channel, and that's what caused the 3 goals from the Chelsea side that were denied. So the tactic was to keep the ball on Chelsea side, release it to the midfielders, take it back to centre backs, and hit it overhead cross. So the wingers and the strikers would get the ball and hit them on the counter attack. Now let's see what Liverpool came with. They came with a high pressing formation. They came with a 4-3-3 formation. They put their best players. This time, Klopp, he also came with fast-paced players. He left out Jota on the bench. Jota had an injury. He left out Origi because Origi is slow. He doesn't have that much pace. And then Firmino has an abductor injury. And then from his midfielders, he left out, he put Henderson, he put Fabinho, and he put Elliott as well. So these were fast-placed midfielders. So he put Naby Keita. Thiago Silva was supposed to play, but he got an injury during warm-up. So he was left out of the bench. Naby Keita took his position. So all these 3 midfielders, they were high-paced midfielders. They were more of an attacking, more than defending, but the defending was mostly done by Matip and VVD. And the wing backs were dropping really down deep. Now, one thing if you noticed, whenever Liverpool had the ball, let's get to the front line first, how he played. Klopp played with Salah, Diaz, and Mane as striker. Mane doesn't make a very good striker. He's more of a winger. He's not a striker. He can play striker for Senegal, but for Liverpool, he's not a good striker. He suits the number 10 role or he suits the number 7 role. So let's see what formation. Let's see how Klopp played the Carabao Cup, and let's see one thing I noticed and see if you guys noticed as well. Like every time Liverpool had the ball, they were overloading Diaz's section. Now Diaz was eating Chalabo alive. He was getting the ball, he was moving forward a bit, back and passing in, making those sneaky passes to Mana and Salah. And he really hammered Chelsea on the left-hand side to a point that Chelsea had to defend. You had to use 2 players to mark 1 player. Chalaba was being overloaded because Diaz was just too fast. He was twisting and turning him inside out, making it very hard for him to mark. So Aspi would drop back, and sometime when he got injured, Rhys James would drop back and defend. During the game, it was a 50-50. Both teams played pressing and counter-attacking. When Liverpool had the ball, Chelsea would take it. When Chelsea had the ball, Liverpool would take it. They're both counter and attacking at the same time. A few crucial chances were missed by Chelsea. Mason Mount had 2 chances. He was alone with the goalkeeper. He hit the post, and that only hit the ball over the goal. And the same with Liverpool. When Mana had the goal, he shot two shots. He was alone with Edward Mendy. He shot two shots, double shots, like a double thought tequila. He shot twice at once, and Mendy saved both of them. Salah missed a goal alone, and it was onside. Rudiger played him onside. He missed an alone goal with Mendy. He chipped the ball and he went so slowly that it was even in fact he was going to hit the post, that Thiago Silva was able to come and hit it away from the goal line. That could have been a goal. Both teams played with high pressure, high intensity. The aim was to carry the cup, and one team eventually carried the cup. The game went on for 90 minutes, still 0-0. Went on to extra time, still 0-0, and went on to penalties. All the 11 players took the penalties, but Kepa, what one thing Tuchel did was he tried to do the Super Cup technique. He tried to remove Mendy because Mendy's percentage of saving penalties is very low, and Kepa's percentage of saving penalties is very high. But it's just that day he was having a bad day. He didn't save any penalties. But kudos to Kepa. He's the one who got us this far. He got Chelsea this far to the Carabao Cup. During the competition, he did save a number of penalties. During FA Cup, he did save a number of penalties that has kept Chelsea in the FA Cup. During the Super Cup, he did save a penalty that made Chelsea take the Super Cup from Villarreal. So I think he used that strategy and he kept Kepa in the goalpost. Now, Kepa did not catch any penalty. Neither did Gallagher catch any penalty. When it was time for Kepa to take the penalty, because of the frustration he had of not catching any penalty, the frustration he had in his mind, his judgment was clouded and he hit the ball over the post. And the game was done. Liverpool took the game, took the end of the day. The day was theirs. They took the cup and they celebrated. So that's how the match ended. It's sad for Chelsea fans. They were looking forward to carrying the cup because Chelsea, when it comes to competitions, they don't sleep. They're very wide awake. When it comes to EPL, they sleep. They slumber. When it comes to cup competitions, they take every cup they can get. So this time they only left in two cups: FA Cup and UEFA Cup, because EPL Cup they're really down on points because of injuries and other competitions. They're not able to get good points in the EPL. So EPL might either go to Man City or might go to Liverpool, and they get third place position. Or if they sleep, they go down to fourth place position, depending on their hard work. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, and I'll be looking forward for the Chelsea Burnley game. I'll be looking forward for tonight's game of Tottenham Hotspur versus Middlesbrough, and also Leicester City versus Burnley. Those are very good games, and I'll be giving you my opinion on post-match analysis. Thank you guys. Take care.